This is my new laptop. It's a Dell G3. Tenth Gen Core i7 processor. Full HD screen, which is a nice upgrade over 720p. This keyboard's actually rather good. And I've got a new mouse as well, Logitech MX Anywhere 3, which is advertised as a 7-button mouse, but that's first button, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. The 7th button is actually this one on the bottom, which is used to switch between Bluetooth devices and the included dongle, which I'm using. Mainly because I normally have the laptop on airplane mode to save battery. I'm actually not sure if that's a good idea, or if it'd be better not using the dongle and using Bluetooth for the mouse. I'll have to maybe benchmark that at some point, see what's better. As you can see here, the CPU in this is an Intel Core i7 10750H at 2.6 GHz. Don't know what's happening in the background, it's using so much CPU, or maybe just OBS, so I'm recording of course. So if I go to the Intel Arc page, you can see it's 14 nanometers, 6 cores, 12 threads, max turbo frequency 5 GHz, which it can achieve very briefly. 45 watt TDP. I've seen this laptop use up to 50 watts CPU wise, as it reports. I'm surprised that this can go up to 128 gigabytes of RAM. Don't see why you'd need that much RAM though. PCI Express 3. It's a BGA soldered chip, so can't be upgraded. Why would I need to do that? It supports a lot of various different things. This CPU should be supported by Windows 11 rather well, with it being a 10th gen. No problems there. And as for memory, we've just got 8 gigabytes currently. Might upgrade that in future, 16 or 32. And as for GPUs, we've got the internal graphics, integrated graphics rather, Intel UHD, which I normally use for most things. And I only use the NVIDIA GTX 1660 Ti for demanding games. And as for the CPU benchmark results, these were the results I got when I tested this a while back. But I've since found that the limitation is thermal throttling. So to combat those issues, I've just cut 2 little bits of wood and stuck them under each end of the laptop to make a bit extra clearance. And I've also set the fan profile to performance. So let's rerun the test to see what that does.
Now that's complete, we can see that the results are actually a bit worse, especially multi-core wise, because this test got 4,501, whereas the previous test got 5,374 in multi-core. So then I realised that that was because the computer was already hot, or there was possibly something running in the background. So I switched it off and let it cool down, turned it back on and immediately ran the test, and got these results: 1,234 in single core and 5,721 in multi-core, which is a little bit better than it was without the bits of wood under it. So the wood does make a difference if I keep all of the variables the same. This table shows how much faster this laptop is compared to even the wooden computer, TPC, in both single core and multi-core applications, and using 94 watts less power, doing double the work. It's amazing how technology's moved on in the last 13 years. And also I've added my phone to the table, which performs rather badly compared to everything else, but that's to be expected of a phone. And I'm not sure those power figures are entirely accurate, because I had to use a software method instead of just a plug-in power meter to measure them. As for game performance, well, this is Satisfactory, which is a really demanding game. It's not obvious how you show the FPS counter. Control-Shift-L to activate the console, then that pipe key to the left of the number 1 key, bring up the console, then start FPS to show the FPS counter. Which here we're getting not a stable 30 FPS, despite not being on the highest settings. Yeah, video settings. In high texture quality, but like not ultra, and this is run with 1080p, so I could turn that down possibly to get some better FPS. Yeah, because that's dropping to like 11 FPS at times. But it's not necessarily FPS that matters, it's actually being able to run the game and screen capture at the same time. Because with my old laptop, although I could run Satisfactory, I'd run at about 12 FPS at best, there's no way I could screen capture it. So now I can finally record videos about games like Satisfactory or Scrap Mechanic, as I have been doing Space Engineers, which is another game I couldn't reliably screen capture before.